Welcome, dear viewers, to A1 Storyteller, the channel where reality meets drama, and every story leaves you on the edge of your seat. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a tale that's as shocking as it is empowering. Imagine this: a group of racist cops, drunk on power, target an innocent black man, destroying his property for fun. But little did they know, their victim was no ordinary man. He was someone who could turn the tables on them in the most unexpected way. This is a story of justice, karma, and the power of standing up against oppression. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's unravel this gripping narrative together. It was a quiet Tuesday afternoon in the bustling city of Crestwood. The sun hung high in the sky, casting a golden glow over the streets. People went about their day unaware of the storm that was about to unfold. Among them was Marcus Johnson, a man of quiet dignity and unwavering principles. Marcus had worked his way up the ranks in the Crestwood Police Department, earning the title of inspector through years of hard work and dedication. But today he wasn't in uniform. Today he was just a man running errands in his beloved black Jeep Wrangler. Marcus had always loved his Jeep. It wasn't just a vehicle to him. It was a symbol of his journey, his struggles, and his triumphs. He had saved for years to buy it, and it was his pride and joy. Little did he know that in a few hours, it would become the center of a life-changing event. As Marcus drove through the quieter parts of town, he noticed a police cruiser tailing him. At first, he thought nothing of it. He was a law-abiding citizen, after all. But when the cruiser's lights flashed, signaling him to pull over, a sense of unease crept over him. He complied, parking his Jeep on the side of the road. Two officers stepped out of the cruiser, their demeanor immediately setting off alarm bells in Marcus's mind. They approached his vehicle with smirks on their faces, their eyes scanning him with a mix of disdain and amusement. "License and registration," one of them barked, his tone dripping with condescension. Marcus handed over the documents, his calm exterior masking the frustration bubbling beneath the surface. He knew this routine all too well. It wasn't the first time he'd been profiled because of the color of his skin, and he doubted it would be the last. The officers took their time examining Marcus's documents, exchanging knowing glances as if they were in on some private joke. Finally, one of them handed the papers back, but instead of letting Marcus go, they began circling his Jeep. "Nice ride," one of them sneered, running a hand over the hood. "You sure you can afford this?" Marcus clenched his jaw, but remained silent. He knew engaging with them would only escalate the situation. The other officer chimed in. "Maybe we should take a closer look, make sure everything's in order." Before Marcus could protest, they ordered him out of the vehicle. Reluctantly, he complied, stepping onto the sidewalk. What happened next was a blur. The officers began searching his Jeep, tossing his belongings onto the street. When they found nothing incriminating, their frustration became evident. "Think you're better than us, huh?" one of them spat, kicking the side of the Jeep. Marcus's heart sank as he watched them vandalize his prized possession. They smashed the windows, slashed the tires, and spray-painted obscenities on the doors. All the while, they laughed, as if it were all a game. When they were done, the officers turned to Marcus, expecting him to cower or beg for mercy. But what they saw in his eyes was something they hadn't anticipated: quiet resolve. "You're making a big mistake," Marcus said, his voice steady. The officers laughed. "Oh yeah? And what are you going to do about it?" Marcus reached into his pocket and pulled out his badge, holding it up for them to see. The color drained from their faces as they realized who they were dealing with. "Inspector Marcus Johnson," he said, his tone icy. "Internal Affairs." The officers' bravado evaporated, replaced by sheer panic. They stammered apologies, but it was too late. Marcus had seen enough. The next few days were a whirlwind. Marcus filed a formal complaint and an investigation was launched. The officers involved were suspended pending the outcome. News of the incident spread like wildfire, sparking outrage in the community and beyond. Marcus became a symbol of resistance against police brutality and racial profiling. His story was shared on social media, and people rallied behind him, demanding justice. The department, under intense scrutiny, had no choice but to take swift action. In the end, the officers were fired and charged with multiple offenses, including destruction of property and abuse of power. Marcus's Jeep was repaired, but the scars of that day remained, a reminder of the work that still needed to be done. Marcus's story didn't end there. He used his experience to push for reforms within the department, advocating for better training and accountability. He became a mentor to young officers, teaching them the importance of integrity and empathy. As for his Jeep, it became a symbol of resilience. Marcus often took it to community events, using it as a conversation starter to share his story and inspire others to stand up against injustice. And there you have it, folks, a story that reminds us that justice may be delayed, but it is never denied. Inspector Marcus Johnson's courage and determination turned a moment of despair into a triumph of justice. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to A1 Storyteller for more gripping tales that inspire, educate, and entertain. Until next time, remember, the power to change the world lies within each of us. Stay strong, stay brave, and keep fighting for what's right. This is A1 Storyteller signing off.